Aries Navamsha 1. Independent and self-driven. Individuals with planets in Aries Navamsha must rely solely on themselves for success or failure. There is no external support. The person is fully responsible for their own achievements and setbacks. 2. Control over desires. Success in Aries Navamsha comes when the individual gains control over their desires. A lack of control can prevent them from realizing their potential. 3. Unlimited potential for growth. Aries Navamsha represents endless opportunities for growth. There is no benchmark or external framework to compare against. Individuals must carve their own path, constantly striving to achieve something greater. 4. Self-reliance and independence. The more planets in Aries Navamsha, the more independent a person becomes. These individuals tend to reject external influence or advice, favoring their own approach to solving problems and achieving their goals. 5. Problem solvers by nature. People with Aries Navamsha do not sit idle. They are always in search of challenges and create problems to solve if none exist. They do not expect favors or reciprocation, preferring to rely solely on their abilities. Atmakaraka placements in Aries Navamsha. 1. Sun as Atmakaraka in Aries Navamsha. The Sun brings an authoritative, disciplined, and moral approach. Individuals with Sun as Atmakaraka rely on established methods, prefer to follow rules, and have an inner moral compass. In Aries, this results in a person who takes charge, leads independently, and prefers self-reliance in achieving their goals. They are likely to work in leadership roles with a strong sense of purpose and are focused on achieving their soul's mission by being self-sufficient. 2. Moon as Atmakaraka in Aries Navamsha. When the moon is Atmakaraka, emotions guide decisions. In Aries, this creates a person who emotionally tackles problems, but their emotional reactions can be unpredictable. They often seek emotional security through action and personal initiative. Their focus is on emotional self-growth, solving issues through their connection with others, but staying self-driven to maintain peace of mind. 3. Mars as Atmakaraka in Aries Navamsha. Mars aligns well with Aries. As Atmakaraka, Mars intensifies the drive to solve problems, take bold initiatives, and lead fearlessly. Individuals with Mars in Aries Navamsha are pioneers, constantly battling to assert themselves, preferring to create solutions by their own strength. They are not afraid of conflict and are always in pursuit of challenges. 4. Mercury as Atmakaraka in Aries Navamsha. Mercury's intellectual and communicative traits in Aries emphasize quick thinking and problem-solving. These individuals approach issues with logical reasoning, but rely heavily on their own judgment. They are independent learners who value knowledge but often seek validation from those around them, finding solutions through intellect and innovation. 5. Jupiter as Atmakaraka in Aries Navamsha. Jupiter brings wisdom, knowledge, and philosophical thought. In Aries Navamsha, these individuals use knowledge to navigate life. They are on a journey of self-discovery, seeking to grow through learning. They prioritize finding meaning and purpose through independent experiences rather than relying on traditional learning methods. 6. Venus as Atmakaraka in Aries Navamsha. Venus adds a focus on relationships, beauty, and resources. In Aries, individuals with Venus as Atmakaraka seek unique ways to balance relationships while maintaining personal independence. They are driven to solve problems related to finances or relationships on their own, often through innovative methods that stand out from the norm. 7. Saturn as Atmakaraka in Saturn's slow, disciplined approach is challenged in Aries, but it leads to the development of independence through struggles. These individuals often face obstacles, but are determined to solve problems on their own, refusing external help. They are methodical, persistent, and focused on achieving long-term goals by being self-sufficient and resilient. 8. Rahu as Atmakaraka in Aries Navamsha. Rahu's unconventional, boundary-pushing nature in Aries leads to individuals who solve problems using out-of-the-box methods. They are willing to take risks and may find themselves drawn to unconventional or even deceitful means to achieve their desires. They constantly push the boundaries of what is acceptable, driven by an intense desire to succeed. 9. Ketu as Atmakaraka in Aries Navamsha. Ketu's detachment in Aries brings a carefree attitude towards traditional methods. These individuals often take a spiritual or unconventional approach to problem solving, relying on their intuition rather than logic or external advice. They may struggle to manage people or tasks, preferring to leave things to fate while carving their unique path. These Atmakaraka placements in Aries Navamsha reflect how each planet influences the individual's approach to self-reliance, problem-solving, and achieving personal growth. Aries Navamsha with Atmakaraka placement 1. Independent and self-driven, individuals with Aries Navamsha are inherently self-reliant, taking full responsibility for their success and failures. They are tasked with carving their own path and should not expect external support. Control over one's desires is crucial for realizing the full potential of this placement. 2. Control over desires. Success in Aries Navamsha is directly linked to mastering control over personal desires. Unchecked desires can become the greatest obstacle to achieving one's goals. The key is to harness internal impulses and direct them toward productive growth. 3. Unlimited potential for growth. Aries Navamsha represents limitless potential for growth. It requires innovative thinking, willingness to break past conventional benchmarks, and an attitude of forging new paths. Self-reliance and independence are key traits that drive success in this placement. Atmakaraka placement in Aries Navamsha. 1. Atmakaraka in the first house in Aries Navamsha. The individual will undergo significant personal development. Challenges and struggles are common, but they are driven to pioneer something entirely new that no one has done before. This placement highlights self-reliance and a strong drive to fulfill their soul's purpose, with an emphasis on self-expression and independence. 2. Atmakaraka in the second house in Aries Navamsha. The focus is on gathering resources. The individual works to overcome insecurities from past lives, striving to accumulate wealth and material goods such as land or valuable items. They are strongly tied to their lineage, and family matters play a significant role in their soul's journey, particularly in regard to securing the family's name and karma. 3. Atmakaraka in the third house in Aries Navamsha. This placement enhances skill sets and knowledge carried over from past lives. The individual becomes selective in their choices, often relying on intuition rather than external influences. This creates a stubborn personality who prefers to pursue their unique path. Life changes may come through travel, interactions with siblings, or karmic connections from past lives. 4. Atmakaraka in the fourth house in Aries Navamsha. The individual's focus is on achieving inner peace and harmony. Their journey often involves moving to different places in search of a sense of belonging or happiness. Their relationship with home, land, and mother is significant, and they may frequently change careers or professions in their search for emotional fulfillment. Atmakaraka in the fifth house in Aries Navamsha. This placement drives the individual towards learning and self-understanding. It is less about material gains and more about intellectual or spiritual pursuits. They are focused on expanding their knowledge and understanding themselves through education, with a particular interest in creative expression or fields involving deep thinking. 6. Atmakaraka in the sixth house in Aries Navamsha. The focus here is on problem-solving and correcting life's challenges. The individual becomes naturally detail-oriented, seeking to improve situations through continuous effort. They face many obstacles, but approach them systematically, constantly learning and growing through the process of facing life's adversities. 7. Atmakaraka in the seventh house in Aries Navamsha. Individuals are more concerned with their external environment and relationships than their personal growth. They may face difficulties in making decisions for self-growth because they are influenced by others. This placement shows a reliance on partners, society, or external validation for fulfillment, often leading to personality or health struggles if balance is not achieved. 8. Atmakaraka in the eighth house in Aries Navamsha. Life for these individuals often involves dealing with hidden or sudden changes, as well as deep subconscious issues. They may struggle with self-sabotage or a fear of expressing their true desires. To grow, they must transform their approach to life by letting go of unnecessary attachments and embracing personal transformation. 9. Atmakaraka in the ninth house in Aries Navamsha. The individual is bound by a strong sense of rules and principles, often leading a very disciplined life. Success comes through following a structured approach to life, adhering to personal or societal rules, and engaging in long-distance travel or higher learning as part of their soul's journey. 10. Atmakaraka in the 10th house in Aries Navamsha. Profession and career are at the forefront of life. The individual is constantly working hard, often feeling the pressure to complete unfinished karma from a past life. They face struggles in their profession, but are driven to complete their tasks with determination, continuously striving toward success. 11. Atmakaraka in the 11th house in Aries Navamsha. This placement emphasizes the importance of social networks and friendships. The individual is focused on serving others and completing tasks quickly, often looking for shortcuts to achieve their goals. They may possess an Aquarian energy, seeking out unorthodox methods to get things done efficiently. 12. Atmakaraka in the 12th house in Aries Navamsha. Isolation and introspection are key themes for this placement. The individual often feels the need to retreat from the world, either physically or emotionally, to reflect on life. They may seek to live alone or in foreign lands, relying on their intuition to guide their actions and find peace through self-reflection.